You hand the donuts not to come in more games. Because your son played the best game he's played all year last night. They weren't
probably not too early. I tried to get Matt to come in with the piece of a game where he didn't say too much.
Poker face.
I know they've worked on about 3-4 different defenses, shadow, angle, stop, and die. One will be a box and one might let what's your first stroke to
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are we number 4 now?
6 in the QRF last time I looked. The girls prep hoops were number 4.
So patient and kind, and he wasn't pushy about buying them. Just did whatever I asked for. The installation team was Matt and Bill, and they were just fabulous. If I wasn't here, I would never have known they'd been here. It was perfect. Life's better at the lake, and it's even better with my new windows from Renewal by Anderson from Heritage Window and Door.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of Rails basketball here on Rails TV. If you tuned in a little bit ago and realized that we've got quite a late start here tonight as a result of some of our early games getting started late. So we got about 5 minutes left here in warm-ups before we have the Hibbing Bluejackets with a record of 5-1 taking on the Proctor Rails with a record of 5-0. Tim Rowley alongside Todd Marnich. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Very well, thank you, Tim.
Todd's going to be our expert because I'm not a huge basketball guy. I love basketball, watch it, but I don't know a whole lot about the game enough, but I'll provide the play-by-play. Todd will give us some idea about strategy and whatnot, and strategy is definitely a key tonight as you play a Hibbing team that has some firepower. What do we know about this Hibbing team?
I believe they return all 5 starters. Eve Turner, formerly a Proctor, is now playing with Hibbing, and I believe in the last game versus Esco, she cracked the starting lineup. Prior to that, it was 5 Hibbing players that had started last year, so similar to us, we have some kids that have played varsity for a while. Abby McDonald, number 44 of the McDonald name in Minnesota, Bob McDonald's granddaughter. has 2,000 points, over 2,000 points for her career. So one of the keys will be trying to slow her down. I don't know if you stop her, but I think you try and slow her down.
Yeah, you talked about Monday night at Esco. Esco slowed her down, but then Eve stepped up.
Yep, Eve was 5 of 8 from the three-point line. When they doubled Abby, that left Eve open out on the wing, and they got her the ball. She did a good job finishing. So Abby had 11 points in that game, 5 of which came late in the game. Esco gave up a 14-point lead, midway through that second half, where it looked like they're cruising to a win, and Eve stepped up in a big spot, finished strong. Abby had a few points down the stretch, and everything Esco did prior to that just kind of fell by the wayside.
And so that was the 5th game in a row that Hibbing had won after losing their season opener to Grand Rapids. The Rails, on the other hand, seems kind of story. 5 wins in a row to start the year. What's kind of the keys to the success so far for the Rails?
For them, ball pressure has been very good on defense. They typically run a man-to-man defense, although I think we'll see that change a little bit here today. The rotation on the defense, help side swing around has been strong this year. They've done a little bit better job of adding a press, a full court press, and that's helped us with some transition baskets. They need to do a better job finishing. Shooting percentage-wise, they're down over last year, and I think they're just off to a slow start. Three-pointers haven't fallen like they had hoped. If that heats up, they'll be a real tough team down the stretch, but just maintaining a solid defense, not losing anybody. And I think ball movement, you'll see they get a little stagnant at times offensively, and they'll just stand around, and the ball will move from one spot to another and back again. I think that ball really needs to move around, all the way around, and inside and out. And I think they'll see some open shots if they can keep that ball moving, or move themselves, one or the other. They just can't stand with the ball.
Yeah, one addition this year to the staff is Coach Prendo, who's coached a lot of these girls all the way up, which is I think helped a little bit on this season, and Coach Solberg's second year. The Rails coming off of a Section 7 AA final appearance last year, losing to Mesabi East, and hoping to have a return trip to that game and hopefully beyond this year. And a long season, but
there's some high expectations for this group. 2 years ago, they lost by 2 to Crosby Ironton in the section semifinals. In this kind of Esco section that year, I think they cruised to a state tournament berth there. Last year, we'd beaten Mesabi East by 12 a week or so earlier, and had a 1-point lead at halftime, and just watched a couple of guards from Mesabi East get hot late in the game and knock down threes, and we just couldn't keep pace with them. 2 of their players had 45 of their 56 points, and we just didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah, the Rails last year 23-7 overall. Hibbing last year 19-9, lost in the second round of the Section 7 AAA playoffs to Grand Rapids, and we're getting ready for starting lineups here in a moment.
We're about 90 seconds out. I know last year's game we played up in Hibbing, that was a 65-52 loss for Proctor. I think what happened to us there was Abby McDowell got hot. I don't remember the exact number. I was coaching our middle school program that night, but I want to believe she had, the mid to upper 30s for points. So everything we threw at her didn't work, and she's a kid that when she gets hot, she can, hit it from just about anywhere in the gym.
Yeah, last year was a 65-52 victory for Hibbing over the Rails, and then actually the last 3 contests against Hibbing, Hibbing's pulled out the win. So the Rails looking to stop that streak as we go here, and nice crowd here tonight. Kind of helps that the game started late so for people to get here and get settled and enjoy, I think, what's going to be, I don't know. From what I know of basketball, I'm expecting a lot of points tonight.
2 games ago when we played Pequot, it was 12-8 at half, and I looked up at the guy I was sitting next to, and I said, first team to 30 wins. Yeah. And it held true. I think we won the game like 37-26. So it's odd how that happens. It's a game of runs, and again, Tuesday night against Superior, there was 26-24 late in the game, and I said first one to 40 wins that game. And we were down 37-31, and I said it wasn't looking good. And all of a sudden, we went on a 15-2 run and won the game, 46-39. So I think tonight it might be first one to 50 wins.
Well, we're going to turn it over to Dexter Beal, our PA announcer, for our national anthem and our starting lineups.
Including games like this one, teach lifetime values, such as respect for opponents, coaches, officials, and friends. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved. this time, we invite you to stand and give a round of applause to both teams, coaches, and game officials. Our favorite highlight tonight, there are root beer floats for sale right outside the main gym doors that you came in. Proceeds benefit the Proctor Kim Free All-Night Grad Party. At this time, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats. Everybody remain standing as we pay honor to America with the performance of our national anthem, tonight by the Proctor High School Band. Now let's meet the starters for tonight's game. First for the visiting Hibbing Bluejackets. A 6'1" senior, number 20, Mackenzie Mackey. A 6'1" senior, number 15, Lizzie Toomey. A 5'6" sophomore, number 21, Haley Hawkinson. A 6-foot junior, number 42, Courtney Manning. And a 5'6" senior, number 44, Abby McDonald. Also a special welcome tonight to former Rail on the bench, number 25, Eve Turner. Now the starting lineup for your fourth ranked in the state, Proctor Rail. And 5'8" junior, number 15, Morgan Nolan.
And there you have our starting lineups for the Rails: Pagachnik, Fraze, Perendo, Nyland, and Marnich. For Hibbing, Toomey, Mackey, Hawkinson, Manning, and Abby McDonald. And before we get the tip-off here tonight, I want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We have Tamarack Building Materials, Rails Endowment for Arts, Athletic, and Academic Development, Irving Community Club, Heritage Window and Doors, Sammy's Pizza West Duluth, Hearing Associates, Gray Lakes Office Solutions, Wittes Trailer Sales, RJ Sport and Cycle, and Barb and Rob Schaller. So we're getting ready for the tip. It'll be Pagachnik and Manning on the tip, and the ball will be controlled by the Rails with Perendo. Perendo over to Marnich. Marnich back to Nyland. Nyland over to Perendo, or Pagachnik, excuse me, inside to Nyland. She pulls it back, and the ball will go out of bounds off of Manning kick. What do you see so far, Todd, in terms of defense for Hibbing?
It looks like they're just matched up in a man-to-man. We're really trying to work that inside out, high-low. They looked one side and didn't get it, and they passed back out, and they looked for the back cut into Nyland. Now we got a loose ball on the floor, picked up by McDonald.
Yeah, turnover by the Rails. Here comes Hibbing down the outside to Hawkinson, and she misses the shot. Now Pagachnik up the floor for the Rails.
Frey's got the rebound there and pushed it out right away. Now we got a layup, left side layup that we just missed with. Looked like we got tipped there.
Abby McDonald, you said 2,000 points so far at least?
Yep, she's a St. Cloud State commit. She'll join former Cloquet standout Cassidy's team down there next season.
As McDonald pulls up with a shot, and that will be off target, and battle for the rebound, and Liz Fraze comes away with it. And we'll have our first foul of the game. That'll be on number 20, Mackenzie Mackey. That'll be here first.
Lake Superior Basketball Association sent us 3 of their top officials with Steve O'Neill, Zach Freeman, and Steve Knutson tonight, so we got a good staff here.
I like the new jerseys for the refs. They're not the stripes anymore. They look good.
Well, it's optional this year. Next year it'll be mandatory.
Good pass inside to Fraze, and she opens the scoring.
Looks like they tried to press us, and we got to move the ball well in transition by passing it. That'll be one of the keys if they press us, just move the ball versus trying to dribble through the press.
Here's a shot by Mackenzie Mackey off target, rebound by Hibbing, and Pagachik comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, Hibbing's quick to shoot the long ball tonight, and we'll see if that continues.
Pagachik thinks about it, now she drives, and she will draw the foul.
Shooting 2.
2 shots.
In a close game Tuesday night against Superior, Sam went 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and in close games, layups and free throws really make a difference.
Right.
I think I just jinxed it.
Right. She'll thank you later. She'll watch the broadcast and, So second shot of 2 here for Pagachnik, and she drains that one. So
she's about 69% on the season from the free throw line.
So 3-0 Rails here early on. Hibbing with control. Pass across to Toomey. Toomey looking for Manning.
I haven't seen anything different out of our defense here other than straight up man-to-man.
And Hawkinson gets the foul and the hoop. So she'll go to the line looking for the 3-point play.
Caitlin Marnich with the foul there. 6 games in, that's her second foul of the season.
Oh, yeah?
So that's not a trend for her.
So Hawkinson at the line shooting for the 3-point play here. And she cashes in, so now tie game 3-3.
And Hibbing with the press again. A lot of ball pressure. We need to help out there.
Nyland looking for help, and Coach Solberg calls the timeout.
Coach Solberg with the 30-second timeout to help Morgan out of the trap there. So our help side's going to have to close that distance there. One ahead and middle helps, and then that offside guard should be a little bit closer to shorten that pass up. Otherwise, we can't call timeouts every time we get trapped. We'll run out of the next pass.
Yep. Our next broadcast here on Rails TV will be it's that holiday concert season. As next week on Monday, it'll be the Bayview Holiday Concert in the morning, and then the high school band concert in the evening, and then Tuesday will be the middle school band concert. Wednesday next week will be Pike Lake Holiday Concert and the high school choir concert Wednesday evening next week from UMD. And then finally next week on Thursday will be wrestling at home at 5 o'clock. So back to the action here. Liz Fraze controls. Over to Parendo. Parendo drives, dishes off to Pagachnik.
Hold on the right wing. Sam drives the middle. Goes up, blocked by number 20 again. Mackenzie Mackey, Hibbing back up the floor. McDonald controlling the ball.
McDonald draws the foul.
Liz Fraze was in the position to take the charge. I don't know what they saw there. I thought she held the ground, but the officials thought otherwise.
Didn't look like she even, I was going to say, it didn't look like she was shooting. And they were going to give her some free throws, but
they put it on the floor. They corrected themselves. So
McDonald looking to inbound. She gets it.
She's coming out for that wing. Yep, and she's coming out for that wing. They're looking to go inside, but it's blocked up pretty well. Hibbing's doing a nice job of keeping the ball moving. It's not sitting in one spot too long, and when they get an open look, they're not afraid to put it up.
Hawkinson with the missed shot, and now the Rails back the other way.
Pagachnik with the rebound and pushed it up to Parendo.
Here's Nyland. Inside to Marnich, a little too far, and Hawkinson comes the other way, up to Manning. Manning turns and shoots, and that'll be off target, and Nyland with the rebound.
Up the floor to Parendo. Parendo's pushing the left side. Looking inside, not there. Back out to the middle.
Now Fraze on top. Over to Pagachnik.
Out on the right wing, kind of looking to drive and pushes the middle and pushes off to Marnich for that short corner jumper, baseline jumper.
Caitlin Marnich for 2 gives the Rails the lead, 5-3 here early in the first half. And now Abby McDonald for the Blue Jackets.
That's good to see that shot go down for Caitlin. She was 0-5 in the game versus Superior. Just took good shots, but just struggled to make any. We're rotating well. We just got to make sure we don't leave anybody open, especially Abby McDonald.
And there is McDonald. She'll take a long 3-point shot that hits the rim and is off target, and they'll call it off of Pagachnik, so Hibbing will maintain control.
She had to be about 6 feet deep of the 3-point line, so she's probably taking that shot from about 26 feet, and she missed, but not by much.
This gym has seen many of those shots over the last few years in terms of boys and girls basketball.
It seems like they're willing to take it deeper and deeper.
There's Eve Turner now in the game for the Blue Jackets, the senior from Hibbing that was at Proctor last year as part of our squad.
Yes, you had a nice season for us last year, having a season-high 17 points in the section semifinals against Pequot. That really helped propel us to the section finals. Hawkinson on top, dribbling back in it out to reset. Pushing to the right, moves over to the left to McDonald.
What do you see as far as our strategy with McDonald so far?
Yeah, I've just kind of seen our straight-up man-to-man defense. I haven't seen a lot of double teams or help side. If she's down low, they've kind of sunk in on her. Brendo drives the lane and from the left side, goes up strong and gets fouled, goes to the line for 2. But just our straight-up man. I think Matt's had some confidence with the girls in their man-to-man, and right now McDonald hasn't gone off, so it doesn't look like he's thrown any of the schemes that they've worked on over the course of the last practice or 2.
So Brendo shooting 2 and misses the first. Again, like you said, free throws will be important in a game like this.
Yeah, Brendo on the early season, 6 of 11, so she's only 55% from the line, but that'll change as the season goes on.
And she hits the second, so the Rails extend the lead to 6-3 here early on. 13:33 left in the first half. Here's Hawkinson over to Turner. Turner hits the cutting McDonald. McDonald goes up with it and off target.
It looks like Abby's 0 of 3 early in the game, looking to put up some shots, and he's kind of shooting some off-balance stuff and hasn't had a really good look at the rim yet.
Pagachnik dishes to Marnich. Marnich looking for help. Into Prendo. Prendo drives. Dishes back to Fraze. Fraze with the shot, in and out. And McDonald comes away with it. Dishes up to Turner.
Turner in transition, pushing the ball up the right side. Just backs out. Morgan gets a hand on it, back to Turner.
Turner dishes it to Hawkinson. Long 3. And she hits it. So a tie game here. That's Hawkinson's 6th point of the game. She has all 6 for the Blue Jackets so far.
She's being guarded by Sam Prendo, and the 2 of them will be teammates come the spring on the Wisconsin Playmakers team out of Superior.
So Nyland's shot doesn't hit anything and goes out of bounds, and Hibbing will take over.
And Morgan's a player for us when she's hot. There's nothing better than seeing those rainbow 3s drop, but like any player, she gets hot and cold, and it can be a struggle at times.
Hawkinson over to Turner. Turner being guarded by Pagachnik. Now Marnich on Turner. Hawkinson with another 3 ball, and that will go over the backboard and out of bounds.
We got freshman Peyton Rodberg entering the game for the first time today for Liz Fraze. Peyton's been an offensive spark for us, through defense. In the press, she's been very active, gotten hands up and hands in the passing lanes. It's created some turnovers that have turned into transition layups for her. So she's done a nice job there.
Tie game 6-6, 12:04 left here in first half. Rails with possession. Pagachnik up top, dishes off to Prendo.
It's just kind of back and forth. Now we got a driving Marnich, passes back out to the right wing to Morgan, and she goes up and pushes the shot up, and we'll shoot 2. Followed by number 15, Lizzie Toomey.
Foul on Hibbing, number 15, Lizzie Toomey. Her second, 14th foul.
Looks like J.C. Clausio and Courtney Manning are set to enter the game after the first free throw here.
Nyland hits the first.
Breaks the tie. So Haley Hawkinson comes out with Lizzie Toomey came out, so I don't know. I missed one there.
Nyland's second shot of the 2, and that will go in. So the Rails up by 2 now, 8-6. And go ahead.
Free throws and layups make a difference in close games, and I believe this will be a close game at the end of the night.
And if it's not, I hope we're on the winning end.
Absolutely.
Here's the shot, and that will be a great shot there.
Mackenzie Mackey.
Mackenzie Mackey. That was a 2, I believe.
Yep, tie game.
Inside to Rodberg. Rodberg dishes to Marnich. Marnich with the layup.
That's the ball movement I was talking about. It started at the top, hit the wing, came down to the left post, and crossed the lane for a wide open layup. And when they pass the ball like that, they do really well. When we played Abby McDonald with her first basket, but when we played Pequot last Tuesday, I believe it was last Tuesday, we had 32 shots made, Marnich with the miss, Eve Turner with the rebound pushing up the floor. But of the 32, 24 were assisted, and that's pretty impressive.
Here's a long shot by Manning. Manning off target. Good rebound there by Nyland. And the Rails with control for Parendo.
10-10 with 10:42 left in the first half.
Up to Rodberg. Rodberg dishes outside to Marnich. Marnich down low to Rodberg. Rodberg turns and fires, but Mackey is right there. And now Turner up the floor. Turner looking for the layup. And she's off target.
Marnich picks it up, passes to Pagashnik. Pagashnik up the left side. Looked like Rodberg was open down low, but only for a second. We tried to give it to a cut and Marnich in the middle, and she couldn't handle the pass.
Hey, good job of hustling back by Parendo on that one to knock it away.
Liz Frey's back in for Caitlin Marnich. Looks like she needs a breather. Eve Turner to enter the ball. Out to Abby McDonald with Morgan Nyland on her. She's driving the middle and pull-up jumper. And that drops with Pagashnik getting the rebound, pushing it back up the left side. Oh, she lost her handles, and we got a scrum, and McDonald picks it up and passes it back. But Peyton Rodberg somehow ends up with the ball, passes inside to Sam Pagashnik. It's fouled by Eve Turner. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
So Pagashnik will shoot 2 here at the line, and again, 10-10, 9:51 remaining first half. Sam hits the first. And hits the second.
That looks more like Tuesday night. McDonald pushing the ball up slowly on the right side, guarded by Morgan Nyland. Hibbing's coming off of low screens. McDonald's driving the middle and dishing outside, and I think this is where Eve picked up a lot of her points in that game on Tuesday or Monday night versus Esco.
Rodberg with the long rebound. Dishes off to Fraze. Fraze looking for help. Drives down low, and that'll be knocked out of bounds. Rails will maintain possession. In other action for Rails tonight, we have boys hockey at home against International Falls. That game tied 3-3 going into overtime.
Abby McDonald knocked the entry pass back out, so Rails will try it again. Sam Pagashnik's entering the ball. They're in a 1-4 set down low. McDonald's is standing up high looking for that high pass coming up over the top. Entered to Morgan Island on the right wing to Pagashnik in the corner. Pumps the 3 and then passes into Fraze, who goes for a low running baby hook that drops. McDonald on the top, looking to set it up. They're coming off their screens. Eve Turner with the ball. Looking for the cutter. Parendo with the tip, but goes out. Hibbing will try again. Haley Hawkinson's entering the game again. She's coming in for Courtney Manning. We'll take a break. Haley had the first 6 points of the game, so we got to be aware of her when she's open. Abby McDonald driving the lane and really looking to force shots. That one dropped for her, but she's really looking to get her shot off. I think she's about 2 of 5 right now, if I remember correctly.
That time it looked like we were in a zone.
You want to drive the gaps and reverse the ball quick against a zone. And she found a gap there and just Drove it fast. They're a little sloppy with the ball right now. They got to settle down and just take control of the ball, take care of it. The inside pass, she's a double team. She kicks it out, and Haley Hawkinson steals the bad pass. Morgan Island's guarding her up the left side. She's driving the middle and throws it out to the corner for a wide open Abby McDonald, who drains a three. You don't want to give her that shot too often. You got to be aware when they're driving that middle lane that girls are going to be camped out on that three-point line looking for the dish.
Wow, and a girl like Abby, if you're a coach, you're okay with her forcing some shots just to get a feel for the game and get some momentum going and get that touch back a little bit.
When you have 2,000 points, you don't argue with too many shots she takes.
Right.
We're trying to force the inside out again, and we got thrown into a jump ball.
So possession goes to Hibbing, and again, the Blue Jackets up 15-14 here with 7:45 remaining in half number one.
Caitlin Marnitz just entered the game for Peyton Rodberg.
Yep.
One thing about this team is we've been in a few close games early in the season, and they've been resilient. We just threw two girls at Abby McDonald as soon as she touched the ball, and we had to jump back off, so they might be more aware that she's on the floor now after she's hit a couple shots. Going one-on-one, the kick, and that's the problem there is when you go to double her, somebody's open, and if that shot starts dropping for them, we could be in trouble. But this team early in the season, the few close games we've had, they went on a 15-2 run to win on Tuesday night versus Superior, so there's some resilience there. They're not afraid. Martich with a nice rebound, and she goes back up, puts it down for an and one. I got to get a little excited when I see that. Yeah. I believe she has 6 on the night. Yep. Her baseline jumper, put back, and all that, has a chance to complete the three-point play, the original three-point play with an and one. She is shooting 4-7 from the free throw line this season. Hasn't been there too often, 57%, and unfortunately that's about where she typically stands, right around that 60% mark. That could improve. And we just hit that one.
But rebound, looks like Manning will get the rebound there. Here comes McDonald
right up the middle.
Speed. Now Manning will shoot for three. That'll be short, and Fraze will pick up the rebound.
Brenda pushing it up the right side, put all the way to the corner to Morgan Island. She looks at the three and back out to Prendo. Prendo back into that corner, looking at the post player, nothing there. She's being guarded heavily by Mackenzie Mackey, and we get a kickball going out the other way, out on Hibbing. Proctor inbound from the 28-foot mark. Sam Pagashnik entering the ball to Sam Prendo. Or Sam Squared, as they're otherwise known.
Yeah.
Morgan in the corner again. Looks like we're trying to start out of that corner. We got a double there. Push it into Fraze to the top of the free throw line. We ended up with the jump ball. Stays here though. Stays possession Proctor. Baseline entrance. Pagashnik again to enter the ball. Hibbing's coach talking to the officials. I'm not sure if he saw the same thing. Prendo for three, and that is just short. March had a hand on it, couldn't hang on to it. McDonald ends up with it. And she's pushing it down the floor. Haley Hawkinson gets it, and it's thrown cross court to Mackenzie Mackey, I believe.
Tell Eli to have be zoomed out more. He can't be too zoomed in. Tell Eli he can't be that zoomed in. He's got to be up.
6:11 into the left in the first half, and Sam Pagashnik's going to the free throw line with a one-on-one opportunity. Josie Moss is entering the game for the first time for Caitlin Marnich. Sam with the first one.
So Pagashnik with 4 points here tonight so far.
She had 11 Tuesday night, and 6 of the 11 were free throws, so she can really help us from the line.
And now 5.
18-15 Rails. Again, McDonald pushing the ball up at a slow pace, trying to set up the offense. Hawkinson out on the wing. Up to the top for three, and that is good.
So Hawkinson now with 9 on the night.
That was Mackenzie Mackey hit that one.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yep, number 20. Morgan Island for three from the right wing, and that just bounces long. And we got a foul going the other way. Liz Fraze just picked up her second, going up for a rebound. She'll be coming off the floor with 2, and Peyton Rodberg is going to enter the game for her. That's a tough one when you're going up for a rebound. Kind of get tied up there.
me to run up and tell him.
Miles guarding Mackenzie Mackey on the wing. Ball out to McDonald for 3.
Well, it just needs to zoom up.
Catch and shoot, and Josie Miles with the rebound out to Podolchnik, pushing it up the left side. Being guarded by Abby McDonald, pushes to the middle, and out to Sam Parendo on the right wing, down the corner to Peyton Rodberg. Back up to Parendo, looking inside to Josie Miles, not there. She brings the ball back around, back over to Rodberg in the corner. Still looking inside, but not liking what they're seeing, so they entered to the free throw line to Parendo, but that was picked up right away. Morgan over to Parendo in the corner, back out, resetting up. Morgan over to the corner and back out again. Back up. We tried throwing it over the top, and we got a tip ball and we got a jump ball. That should be Hibbing's ball. Move the ball around the top. I'd like to see a little bit quicker ball movement. They're kind of stopping to look at that inside post position to see if they have something they can hit there, and they're collapsing on that pretty fast, so the post play hasn't been open. They tend to come off low screens to pop up. Eve Turner with the ball with Peyton Rodberg guarding her, gives it up to Courtney Manning, and the ball's moving back to McDonald. She passes out to Haley Hawkinson, who drives the lane for a low running floater that does not drop. We had to fight for that one, but Sam Parendo came out of the scrum with it. Morgan out on the right wing with the ball, dribbling back up to the top. Looks in the middle, looking for that inside out. There's some good ball movement there. Now it kind of stops and slows down while we reset. Cornelius, we had it. It was there for a second, but by the time we realized it, they collapsed on it. Turnover on Josie Moss. Eve Turner for 3, and that's good. That breaks the 18-all tie. The Jackets are now up with 4 minutes left, 21-18. We're looking to set up our offense. I'd like to see a little bit more ball movement here. Somebody moving. There's no screens being set. We're a little predictable right now. We go to the right wing to Morgan Island every time. She's bringing it back up. We've seen this a few times. We're looking for that center entry to that middle, which is kind of tied up at times. That's where we lost the ball. Now we give it up to Josie Miles in the middle, is trying to get it inside to Peyton Rodberg, and does, and she kind of trips going around, but it looks like she'll shoot one-on-one. I don't think she's in the act of shooting yet, but seeing we're in bonus, so it should be a one-on-one.
Foul hitting number 20, Mackenzie Mackey, her second.
Yeah, one-on-one, so we got Kenneth Martich entering the game for Josie Moss, and number 11 is J.C. Clausio back in the game for Hibbing, and Macy Pearson for the first time, I believe, number 5 for Hibbing. Peyton Rodberg at the line. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Peyton Rodberg is only a freshman, but plays older than her age is. She's done a nice job for the Rails this season. Hitting both free throws, pulling us within one with 3:28 left. Again, McDonald walking the ball up the floor. They set up in their typical 1-4 where it looks like they kind of run off of a screen to pop up. We got some crossing action here now, and Abby's going to drive and pull up jumper and hits that off the glass. There's a reason she's hit 2,000 points in her career.
Yeah, she's up to 9 points now here tonight. Started a little cold, but now it's started to heat up a little bit.
We got Kayla Martich posting up on the free throw line, getting doubled up in there. They kind of lost Peyton Rodberg as she went up for a shot and got blocked by Manning, and we got a jump ball, and that should stay Proctor ball. Coach Solberg calls out the play that he wants. Sam Podolchnik to enter. Out in the corner to Kayla Martich, back up to Parendo. I'm guessing they're looking for Podolchnik in the corner, but they snuffed that out, so Sam Parendo drove the lane and got fouled. They're not afraid to foul, having 5 fouls for Hibbing and 4 for Proctor right now, and now we got Sam Parendo going to line shooting one-on-one. First shot is good. They say if you make the first shot of a one-on-one, it was a true foul. Have you ever heard that, Tim?
No.
Yeah, it's not a true foul if you miss the first front end of a one-on-one. You know it's a good call when they make the first one. 22.
Okay, I learned something.
22-23 Bluejackets with 2:45 left. J.C. Clausio up at the top with the ball. Out to Manning, who will shoot a 3. That's just long off the rim with a hop. Payne with the rebound. Up to Podolchnik pushing the left side. March sets up on Manning. Manning's doing a nice job guarding her. We got middle to Rodberg for a little 15-foot jumper from the top corner of the lane. Missed just strong, and it's back out to Eve Turner's driving. She's looking to get to the hoop, and she pull-up jumper over the top of Marnich, and good for 2. There's a contested shot. Eve just made a nice basket. Ooh, Sam Prendo's taking matters into her own hands, and she's attacking that lane, which is good to see from her. She is a very good point guard, controls the pace of the game for Proctor, but tends to give the ball up more than shoot it, so it's nice to see her drive the lane and take those shots.
Kind of paid the price on that one going in. Got hit hard.
Likely broke her nose on a Tuesday night for the second or third time in about a year and a half. Hits the first shot, and it seems like we're giving up 2 points and just trying to get our baskets from the free throw line.
Well, double bonus now for fouls.
And she hits them both. Additional note, Sam Prendo is 9 career assists away from breaking Proctor's all-time assist record, held currently by Krista Montanen. I think Krista got most of hers, throwing touchdown passes to Lexi the Wall
right.
in transition.
Yeah.
Fosco drives the corner, gets stopped up to the top to Hawkinson. McDonald's popping up to the top. McDonald's looking to drive against a typically strong defender, Morgan Nyland, and Morgan just kind of holds her out there until she gives up the ball. Kayla Martins comes off the screen against Manning, and now Clausio's going up for a three-pointer. And looks like we got a foul in the lane from Sam Prendo trying to box out. Good defense there. We just got a little overzealous trying to protect the ball. Matt Solberg is talking with Zach Freeman to see what he saw, and the way that the girl hit the floor, it's likely that what he saw was correct. Manning with the basket on a nice backdoor cut. Pogashnik pushing the ball up the left side, bringing it around to the middle, and gives it up to Morgan Nyland. All the way to the corner to Prendo, and she throws it inside to Peyton Rodberg that just catch, drop step, and put it back up off the glass for 2, and that's a play. Oh, we got a steal on the end. Manning down on the floor gives it up to McDonald's, who's now racing up the front right side. Now she pulls back and sets up. Timeout Hibbing, 27-26 with 46 seconds left in the first half.
Well, is it the first half you expected?
I thought it'd be a close game. I think this will be close down to the stretch. And again, what I said earlier, free throws and layups are going to make a huge difference in this game. You have to make those to win close games, and I believe this will be a close game. A little bit more scoring output than we've seen from Proctor in the last couple of games, playing some tight games against Superior and Pequot. Talking to friends earlier, my guess was the first team to crack 50 is going to win. The half-century mark could be the magic number tonight, and we're over halfway there, and typically the scoring loosens up in the second half. These teams get a little tired, so keep an eye on that and see who hits the half-century mark first.
Well, the Rails doing a decent job staying out of foul trouble here early on.
I think Liz Frace has 2, and she's probably the only player from Proctor that has 2. And that'll be important down the stretch. Haley Hawkinson gets the ball up at the top of the key. Facing off against Sam Pogashnik. She passes to Abby McDonald, the ever dangerous. Manning catches the ball and looks. Passes up to Pearson. Or J.C. Clausio, excuse me. Sorry, Hibby. Haley Hawkinson's just dribble driving, passes back out. McDonald surveys the floor with 20 seconds left. Looks like they're trying to hold up for that last shot of the half. It's got to be tiring for McDonald to see the defenses she sees night in and night out.
Yeah, right.
They held their last shot, but they didn't get it off in time. So good defense from Proctor to this point. Even though McDonald's scored double figures, I believe.
McDonald's got 9 right now.
Just shy of double figures. But I think going into it, Coach Sherberg would have been happy if you'd have told them McDonald would only have 9 points.
Yeah, McDonald's got 9. Turner's got 5. Hawkinson's got 6. Mackenzie Mackey's got 5. For the Rails, you got Pogashnik with 5 and Perendo with 5. Marnich with 6. He's the leading scorer so far for the Rails.
And
So,
we'll need to get some more ball distribution there to have success. So we need to get Liz Fraze involved in that. Morgan Notton's got to hit some of those outside shots. The one nice thing about this Proctor team is that scoring can come from anywhere, and players can pick up at any given time. If somebody's having an off night, there's players that'll pick it up. But what's best, I think we had 4 players in double digits Tuesday, and the 5th player was probably 9 points. So the scoring can come from anywhere, and when that happens, it's a tough team to beat. You can't just key on one player like we're trying to do against McDonald. You have to try and stop all of Proctor's players.
wait, hold on. Okay, so here at halftime, we're going to show a little feature that we have called the Rail Strong Senior Spotlight for November. That is Hayden Ringer, so we'll be back after that.
Well, another month is come and gone in our 2018-19 school year. And that means it's time to recognize another senior for being Rail Strong in our Rail Strong Senior Spotlight segment. I'm here in the Proctor High School choir room where you can find this month's honoree. And let's get to know November's Rail Strong Senior Spotlight honoree, Hayden Ringer.
Means to me contributing your talents and spirit to the school in any way that works for you and others, and also being a reliable, kind, and responsible member who will do their best to achieve goals and make others happy. Do what you can and do it with a positive character.
My first call out.
A good leader cares for the well-being and cooperation of their teams. They teach and help out their groups. They see value in everyone's originality. And they encourage people to do their best at everything. That's how I would do.
So this is for Hayden. Hayden's in culinary and advanced culinary. Hayden's been a fantastic student. Always help out and clean up. Always a leader in his group. Very important. Get all these things and actually delegate the job, so it's a great job in the future. It's all around fantastic.
I'm definitely going to say my mom. She's always been supportive of me and definitely cares about my happiness and my comfort and everything I'm doing. I definitely see parts of my character in her, and she's really helped me come this far, and I am very lucky to have her as a mom. I'm very lucky to have all my family and friends who support me, encourage my activities and such, and I just love being around them. If I could have one superpower, it would be the ability to freeze and unfreeze time as I wish, so that everything would be frozen while I'm moving around, having all the time in the world to do anything I want, and when I'm ready, freeze time. I've always thought it's awesome, and it would really come in handy for me. Concert choir may be a class, but I consider it my passion activity. Through choir, I've gotten many opportunities to perform and sing for great causes, and some of my best memories are performances that make our hard work worthwhile. Also, I've gotten to know a lot of great people and friends by being in music groups in school and outside of school.
Hayden has an excellent voice to be the Rail Strong senior. He required to be day one. He is always positive and always wants the best for everyone around him. And he encourages the whole class. Really important to see his leadership grow through the class. So thanks for being a back.
because I'm a huge fan. I would be a giraffe. I find them to be peaceful and loving creatures, and most of all, tall. The one we picked was, when I was little, I would say hi to everyone in restaurants. I was a very goofy and excitable child. I kind of still am. I always will be. Well, I definitely love fine arts, including music, visual art, creative writing, social skills, influencing young lives. Something I'd like to go into teaching fine arts, or at the least continue to perform them and do them. When it comes to getting involved and participating in school, find some things that you enjoy and that you know you can work for your circumstances in life. You do what you can and do it because you enjoy it and you feel it's going to have a great impact on you. Not because you feel you have to, or you just think it's beautiful. To take my general courses and kind of have a more easier transition into college life. And when I'm ready, I want to transfer to UMD, study music education, and local performances. And maybe someday become a choir director at a high school or college.
You're going to get the best service possible.
You will find out that your life is going to be better.
They're always here and willing to help it.
Knew that when it was time for my own, I would have not any problem coming to them.
Friendliness makes you feel welcome. Professionalism with the practice of audiology gives you confidence that you are in the right place.
And welcome back here to Proctor High School as the Rails and Bluejackets are at halftime. The Bluejackets up 27-26. Teams are both back on the court. Just a quick score update from the St. Luke Sports and Event Center. The Proctor boys hockey team ended in a tie 3-3 against International Falls. But tonight here in the gym, we got a late start, but so far plenty of scoring, a lot of action here. Todd, what do you think the keys to the Rails here in the second half?
Well, I think we got to just make sure we don't lose the open shooter. A lot of their baskets have come from a dribble drive inside, and we'll try and sit down on that and stop it. And all of a sudden, the second person comes in to help out, and someone's left open on the outside, and they've hit some of those shots. We really need to make sure that we stop the drive, but we also remember that there's someone camped out on the three-point line looking to put up that shot. I think we've done well when we've driven and attacked the lane. We haven't made a lot of those baskets, but it's given us the opportunity to go to the free throw line where we've done pretty well today. And it puts their team in foul trouble. I don't know if anybody from Hibbing has more than 2 right now, but I know they ended the half with 10. So if we can continue to attack like we have strong, I think we'll have success. It looked like Coach Solberg from Proctor went straight up man-to-man with a weak side helping out on Abby McDonald when she got the ball, holding her to 9 points and a half. I would think that he'd be happy with that. We just need to become a little more offensive and make sure that the girls around Abby don't get the opportunity to do this tonight.
Yeah, Abby McDonald with 9 points. She started cold, but then started heating up towards the end of the half and got some ugly shots out. But Hibbing will start with the ball here in the second half.
Starters for both teams take the floor.
So Hawkinson will inbound to McDonald, and we'll get going here in the last 18 minutes here of regulation.
This should be a good one right down to the end.
And we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments that were made. Here's McDonald up top, dishes down low to Manning. Manning cuts across and has an errant pass. That'll be a turnover. Rails will take over.
Good start for Proctor.
Kind of an unforced error there, but or would you call it a forced error?
Unforced errors happen. A little bit of pressure up top, so we got some help coming, but
we get it right back. Yeah, there's another unforced error to start. Liz Frey's not looking for the pass from Parendo, and now Hibbing will go the other way. McDonald with it.
Yep, again, that happens at times during games. You turn your head for a second and the ball comes flying at you, you never see it.
McDonald with Nyland guarding.
Morgan's done a nice job against her tonight.
Here's Manning, loses control. Manning back down low, dishes outside. Here's, can't see the referee in the way. Hawkinson, Manning over to McDonald. McDonald looking for space. Drives, kicks out. Long shot by Mackey and off target. Pagashnik with the rebound, coming the other way.
It seems like when McDonald drives the lane, somebody is set up somewhere on the free throw line, or the three-point line, and she finds her. If she isn't going to take it all the way, she knows where that person's open, and she'll take it to her. They tried trapping Sam Pagashnik. The ball swings all the way around to the right wing for Liz Fraser to drain a three.
So a good start there for Fraze here in the second half. Drains the three, and the Rails take the lead again, 29-27. And now here's Manning. Manning over to Toomey. Toomey back to Manning inside.
Force it inside. Yep.
And now Toomey with the jumper, and that will fall. So
the bank was open there.
Yeah.
I didn't hear her call it, but she definitely used it.
That's Toomey's first points of the night. She has 2. And now Pagashnik, over to Pagashnik to Parendo.
Looks like Proctor's trying to stretch the floor a little bit here. They're going into a pressure trap, and Abby McDonald's going to benefit from that right now.
And McDonald banks it home, and that she now has 11 on the night.
Manning picked up the steal there and passed ahead.
And now here's Nyland. Nyland up to Fraze. Fraze tries to get it down low to Marich.
And this is what happens.
Parendo.
And that's exactly what will happen from that high pressure defense on the top. You can back cut it, or when you got 2 trapping the ball, somebody's going to be open. If you can find that girl, you'll get those open layups.
So Parendo will be at the line shooting 2 here with a 31-29 lead by the Jackets.
Seems like a lot of our points late in the first half came from the line.
Parendo so far has made 5 free throws tonight.
Eve Turner's entering the game for Lizzie Toomey right now. Former Proctor player.
And here's the second shot by Parendo. And that will miss as well. And Mackey with the rebound dishes it over to McDonald. McDonald down the left side. McDonald cuts across. Looking for an opening, dishes it across to Hawkinson. Hawkinson back to McDonald. McDonald drives.
Loses the ball, but picks it back up and tipped out by Proctor.
Rails will maintain control.
Hibbing maintains control.
Sorry. So any difference defensively that you see from us so far second half?
No, but it looks like we're still in the same man-to-man, trying to double Abby when she enters the lane. Coach Holberg must be happy with the job Morgan Island's doing. And again, a nice 5-second call there from Proctor. And that's nothing but the defense setting up and denying the ball, and Hibbing turns it over.
And now Parendo up the floor for the Rails.
Coach Holberg's directing traffic. He's a little more vocal than typical.
Pagashnik with a good fake over to Parendo.
We're standing still.
Down to Pagashnik with a long 3, and that's short.
Rimmed it. We got a foul here, though. I didn't see it.
And looks like it's going to be on the Rails.
That's Liz Fraze's third. Had a push underneath when they're boxing out for the rebound.
So Hibbing still with the 2-point lead, 31-29 here. McDonald directing traffic.
They're spreading the floor. Nobody's in the lane now. Eve Turner sets up to set the screen there.
McDonald with the long 3, and that misses, but rebound by Toomey, and she travels as she picks up the loose ball.
Yeah, she just got caught in traffic there. Yeah, she got caught in traffic and just couldn't put the ball down. Peyton Rodberg's entering the game for Liz Fraze, who picked up her third foul there, and that could make a difference down the stretch if we can't use all the kids we want to.
Now Parendo.
They're setting up that half-court press trap, and there's that layup we're looking for again.
And Rodberg gets the layup.
That's a game-tying layup, 31-31.
Rodberg now with 6 points on the night. And McDonald up top.
I think, did Caitlin pass her that ball?
I believe so.
It was assisted by Caitlin, who led the team in assists on Tuesday night versus Superior.
And here's Hawkinson with the drive and the lay-in.
Uses her body well to protect the ball, holds the ball outside, and just flips it up. A strong kid there.
Hawkinson now with 8 points. Here's Pagachnik up top for the Rails.
Enter to the middle.
Marnich back to Parendo. Parendo looking for an open rail. Finds Pagachnik.
They're resetting.
Pagachnik over to Parendo. Parendo inside to Marnich, and Marnich is denied by Hawkinson, or excuse me, by Mackey. And now here's Hawkinson driving for Hibbing, and she's short, and Parendo comes away with it. Pagachnik now with speed. Down low to Marnich, who drives, and again denied by Mackey. Or I don't know if Mackey or McDonald were the ones that got the hand on it, but here's Eve Turner now the other way. Turner back to Manning. Manning over to Mackey. Mackey with the long three, and she drains it. And timeout.
Timeout Hibbing.
Hibbing calls the timeout. Was that a 3-ball?
Yes.
Okay, so Mackey now with 8 points. So, well, you talked about scoring, loosening up a little bit here in the second half, and Hibbing's come out and capitalized on some open looks and some big threes.
Yep, you know, we're standing still again. If you watch them, there's a tendency just to kind of stand, and we don't set screens often, and I'd really like to see a pick and roll. I think that opened some scoring up. I like the dribble drive attack by Caitlin. It's not a real good idea to shoot when you're being guarded by two. If you can attract two people, somebody's open somewhere, so if you can dribble drive and dish, you know, you look for that assist and give somebody an open look versus a forced look.
Does this timeout help the Rails? You said Hibbing took it. I don't, you know, with kind of going on a little run here, it's surprising that they would take a timeout there, but
yeah, it surprised me. When I looked up, I expected to see Coach Schulberg calling that timeout, and they're pointing to the Hibbing bench, and the Hibbing coach had asked for a full timeout, so I don't know what he saw that he needed to adjust, but there's something that he wants to try and take advantage of, so we'll see what happens here coming out of the timeout.
So the Rails will have control here with 13:28 left in the second half, 36-31 Hibbing.
Looks like they're going to a full court press now versus that half court that they came out in the second half, and we got to get the ball entered. Caitlin picks it up and lands on the sideline for a quick turnover. So that might have been their adjustment, is to put ball pressure full court on us.
Now I always wonder this time of year, you're only 6 games in, is this one of these things where you're just trying to work on different things against a good team, or is this a situation where you're kind of playing all out right now?
I'd say they're playing all out. You know, this team knows that every game matters, and you know these kids know what the QRF is, and that's the ranking system that places them for the section playoffs. And they want to have success and go deep, and you have to do it each and every night.
Here's McDonald being guarded by Nyland. McDonald pass over to Manning. Manning back to Hawkinson, over to Eve Turner. Turner tries to get it down low, knocked away by Pagachnik, but Turner gets her own loose ball. Down to Manning. Manning
shoots a contested shot there.
Yep. And now Pagachnik. Down low to Marnich. Actually, not necessarily down low, but
pinch post.
Now Nyland finds Parendo.
Solberg sets up the offense.
Parendo down low. Dishes to Rodberg. Rodberg finds a streaking Nyland, and they're going to call her. Oh, they did give a foul. I thought they might say a travel or something there.
Nyland thought she was going to the line to shoot too, but they called it on the floor, which was probably right. They hit her right as she received the ball.
So Rails with control down low.
Clausio and Toomey entering the game for Manning and Mackey, I believe.
Yep.
Hibbing giving a couple starters a little bit of a breather.
Here's Marnich down low. Quick jumper, and Rodberg with the rebound and putback. And Rodberg now with, she's got 8 points on the night.
Yeah, she brings instant offense. I had the opportunity to coach Peyton Rodberg in 5th and 6th grade, and there was times when you'd set up a play and everything would fall apart, and Peyton would somehow come out of a scrum with the ball and go back up and score. And Karen Swanson and I would just look at each other and say, or just do that.
Yeah.
We heard that a lot that season. Her athleticism takes her a long way.
Just like you drew it up, right?
Right.
Here's Abby McDonald on the drive. She drives and she gets the foul and the hoop.
I think that's Sam Pogachnik's first foul. Abby got a step on her and she tried reaching from behind.
So McDonald now with 13 on the night and going to the line to look for number 14. So far the leading scorer among both teams tonight, which is probably pretty typical for her on an average night.
Absolutely.
And she misses the free throw, so 38-33 here with 11:40 left. Pogachnik down to Parendo. Parendo back to Pogachnik. Pogachnik with the short three ball. And they will call Marnich on the foul.
They gave it to Rodberg.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Caitlin was straight up trying to defend the outlet pass, and I think Peyton came in there and tried knocking that ball loose. When we're hot from three-point land, it's a lot of fun to watch. When you're not,
Right.
You give up some long rebounds and some transition baskets. It didn't happen there because of the foul, but you got to be careful there. Eve Turner's muscling against her former teammate.
I asked Coach Solberg if the kids were looking forward to playing against Eve. He said, they don't really talk a whole lot about it. Good rebound there by Rodberg. Back to Parendo. Parendo to Nyland. Swings it across to Pogachnik. Back to Parendo. Not a whole lot of movement here by the Rails.
They're looking tired. The ball's moved from the left wing to the top and back again about 3 times.
Parendo down to Rodberg. Rodberg inside to Marnich. Marnich with the layup and misses, and they will call McDonald on the foul, and 2 shots coming up for Marnich.
It's been the story of the early season for Caitlin is she has to finish those close baskets like that. That's what the team needs and expects from her. Now she'll have to do a little bit better than 57% from the free throw line to finish this.
And she hits the first.
She has a good stroke. She just tends to land a little long and rattle off the rim sometimes. So she finishes high. Those free throws tend to go in. That is short.
Short, and Hawkinson picks up the rebound, and now the other way for Hibbing. Dishes across to Clajo. Long 3, and that's long, and Pogachnik will let it go out of bounds, and the Rails will take over.
Those sprays entering the game for Caitlin Marnich. 10:31 left to go, 38-34. Hibbing over Proctor.
Now Parendo. You said 9 assists away?
Yes.
Ever since you said that, she hasn't had a chance. Frey's trying to drive. She gets it tipped away by McDonald, and Eve Turner with it now.
Got to get a couple of defensive stops here and make up a little bit of ground.
Turner down low to McDonald, who takes the crazy shot.
Catches it right under the rim and finishes with a reverse layup, almost a no-look shot. I'm guessing that kid spent hundreds of hours in the gym doing just that. Entry pass is tip, but luckily Hibbing knocks it out.
Yeah, good defense so far by Hibbing here, and the Rails, you talk about 50 being that magic mark, it's coming quick. Hibbing now at 40-34 against the Rails.
Manny and Toomey back in the game for Hibbing.
Rodberg back to Nyland, swings it across to Parendo. Parendo down low trying to hit Rodberg, and that will be a jump ball, and I believe it'll be Rails ball, right?
Yes. Tough entry pass. Most coaches won't tell you to take the ball from the top of the key and try and enter down to the post. You want to get to the free throw line extended and pass that ball in. It's tough to seal a girl from that angle.
Pass into Nyland.
And jump ball will go the other way now.
So Hawkinson will throw into McDonald, and again, the Blue Jackets up by 6 here, second half, 9:39 remaining.
Well, to this point, the Rails have been resilient this season, so we'll see what they can do with 9:30 left in the half here.
Shot by Mackey is off the rim, and Parendo with the other way.
We're going in transition, which I like to see. Oh, now we pull out and look around.
Parendo up to Pogachnik. Parendo with the jumper, and she hits it. Brendo now with 7 on the night.
It's good to see her take charge and take those shots. That's a kid coming up through travel basketball that we try to bribe to shoot more often. We liked her shot, but we couldn't get her to use it.
Yeah.
Hawkinson back cuts it, but the pass is just off. Turnover, Hibbing, Proctor ball.
So that's what you said. We need a few defensive possessions, defensive plays. Get back into this one, down by 4. And
Toomey back in for Manning.
So what do the Rails need to start doing offensively? Just like you said, you said it was good that they had some speed coming down, but then they just stopped.
I'd like to see them pass in transition and just move the ball. Move themselves or move the ball. We're not using screens. Skip pass is good, but just keep the ball moving. Every time you stop the ball, the defense resets. So every time you stop and hold it, we got good ball movement there. We got a good shot. I'm happy with that shot. We're fighting for a loose ball. It's going to be jump ball. It should be us again. But we moved the ball quickly and we got an open shot. We didn't hit the shot, but it gave us an open look, and as a coach, that's what you want.
Hey, take that shot by Pagachnik any day. She's kind of the one that it's always good to have the ball in her hands.
Yep, 1,000-point scorer for Proctor, hoping to break the all-time girls record by the end of her career.
Nyland's three-point attempt blocked, and they're going to call Prendo on a foul.
That's 2 or 3 for her, I believe. That is her second. Hibbing setting up in a 2-3 zone right now, and it's going to be, you either have to drive the gaps and try and get them to collapse and either attack that or dish, or those quick ball reversal skip passes is going to be the way to unlock that zone defense.
Turner down low, turns and shoots, and she hits it off the backboard and in.
That was kind of a rainbow over the top of the defense. I don't know if Coach Schoberg could ask for much more from his defense there. Again, we're just kind of standing. We'd like to see that ball start moving a little bit quicker. We're pushing it, and now it stops again.
Down low, and Toomey with the nice deflection out of bounds to keep that pass from connecting, and the Rails control. Looks like Hibbing still playing that zone.
Yep, they're in a 2-3 zone. If they watch the game against Pequot, the game tape, they'd know that we struggled against that. I want to say we shot 13 of 50 in that game.
Fraze from a long distance, and that's
I think that
mark. Yeah, I think that would have been our ball. But
Rodberg starts a transition offense for Hibbing, but loose ball off of Toomey. He's going to send the ball back Proctor's way. Marnich is re-entering the game for Peyton Rodberg. Proctor with all 5 starting players on the floor again. Sam, and Morgan have not left the floor today. Those kids are kind of iron. A deep 3.
Long 3 by Pagachnik, rebounded by Turner.
I think if we move the ball 2 or 3 times around the arc there, that shot will be there coming back around. I'd like to see if we can get something a little bit better before we push that one through.
Here's Hawkinson's shot off the
backboard. She gets her own rebound.
Good hustle there, and
she lost control of it. I don't know if you can see the angle there, Tim, but she lost control of it. Liz Fraze got a hand out on it just before it went out of bounds. Hibbing ball. 42-36, 7 minutes left. Jackets over the rails.
Here's McDonald. Over to Toomey. Over to Mackey. Mackey driving. Back to McDonald. Wide open 3 look, and that's going to be off the mark. And the Rails tip it right back in, and luckily for them.
Liz Fraze doing a little cherry picking here, but now the defense caught up to her and she couldn't handle the pass.
Now here's Hawkinson. Hawkinson regroups. Back to McDonald, and now they slow it down a little bit. The clock's got to be an issue here now as we have, every possession. Got to maximize.
A lot of time here left, a lot of time. I've seen this group of girls down 6 points with a minute left to go in the state tournament in 6th grade and come back to win that game by 1.
Here's Prendo. Again, kind of a stationary offense, not much movement.
Easy to guard with the 2-3 zone when the ball's not moving.
And Coach Solberg takes timeout, full timeout here, and he'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors once again for making these broadcasts possible. We want to give a special thanks to Barb and Rob Schaller for their generous donation and helping us purchase our new TriCaster. And it's amazing. Hopefully you see the improved broadcast here in high definition. But also we have Tamarack Building Materials, Rails Endowment for Arts, Athletic, and Academic Development, Urban Community Club, Pulling for Kids, Heritage Window and Doors, Sammy's Pizza West Duluth, Hearing Associates, Great Lakes Office Solutions, Wittis Trailer Sales, and RJ's Sport and Cycle. And at the end of the game, Todd Marnich and I will pick the Sammy's Pizza 3 stars of the game. And so far, it's going to be, you got to think Abby McDonald, you got to be one of them.
At this point, it's hard to vote against that. That'd be the for sure bet. I'm fortunate enough to have met Rob and Barb Schaller, and wonderful people. Very, very encouraging of the granddaughter Sam Pogachnik and her teammates. Even though they live down near Burnsville, they come up as often as they can to watch Sam and her teammates compete, and very, very nice of them to donate to the program.
So here's Parendo, back down to Pogachnik, back to Parendo. She'll look for Pogachnik again.
Hibbing set up in a 2-3 zone, and we just need to move the ball, attack gaps.
Pogachnik pulls up, and that's off the target, and Manning will take over. Now a little press action by the Rails.
Trying to do a full court trap there.
Now McDonald.
We're still in a man-to-man, playing straight up.
Here's Toomey. Toomey over to Clajo. Back to Manning. Manning over to Eve Turner. Turner looking down low. Ball was tipped, and now it's back to Turner, and that will go out of bounds, and Rails will take possession.
A little bit of a forced pass back outside, but if you really pay attention there, Hibbing's really moving the ball around, and they're moving. So the ball's moving and they're moving. And they've just had a few more open opportunities than we have at this point.
Here's Pogachnik. Tries to hit Parendo down low, but errant pass goes out of bounds, and Hibbing will take over.
Seems like every time Hibbing tries to give us an opportunity, we give it right back to him. We had a late start here today. I don't know if that's contributing to kind of a late game jitters or can't handle the ball. This team's usually pretty steady, but just seem a little off tilt tonight.
Here's McDonald now down low. Tries to pass it back, and Frey's intercepted for a moment. And Manning gets fouled, looks like by Nyland.
Yeah, that was another unfortunate turn of events. Looks like we're going to steal and go down in transition, mishandle the ball as we try to pick it up. They grab it and we foul.
Well, Liz has had a couple opportunities there with the ball that she's not hadn't been able to handle it. That fast break, long pass, she kind of dribbled off her leg, and then that one she stole. Nice defensive play, but lost control right away.
Looks like we're trying to go into a scramble defense where whenever they pick it up, we're going to double team. And, it's great when it works, but if the ball handler can find the open person, you can pay for it, which we did there.
8-point lead now for the Jackets with 4:30 left. And the Rails need to get something going here. Here's Sam Parendo up top against McDonald. Pogachnik thought about it for a moment. And now she will shoot a long three, and that will be off the mark again. That's a good rebound by Toomey, and now Eve Turner the other way. Turner over to McDonald. McDonald over to Clazo. Clazo drives, dishes back to Toomey. Toomey back to Clazo. Back to McDonald.
We're hitting on just 2 of 10 from the three-point line on the season, 20%. That number needs to go up if we take that shot. There's not enough value in the risk reward if we're shooting only 20% from out there. We might as well step inside and take a 15-footer.
Here's Parendo for three. That will be short, and Eve Turner with the rebound.
Had that shot straight on. She probably shot that from 22, 23 feet, which might be a little bit deeper than she's used to. And she steps into that shot by 18 inches. That shot probably hits nothing but the middle of the net. Eve Turner driving the lane on the far side, and Sam Parendo picking up her third foul. Eve Turner will shoot two.
So Turner looking for her 8th and 9th points of the night. And she hits the first. So at what point does Hibbing now on offense just play a keep away and try to eat clock?
I don't know if they need to do that. What they're doing is working, and I would just continue to do as they've done all game until it doesn't work. Hibbing coach is taking a full time out, so he may decide to go to that strategy. But
that's always the most frustrating thing in the world to watch.
Yep.
It's just
that conversation's been happening for a long time. Whether high school will go to a shot clock, and one of the big things that comes up is who pays for it. You have another official that has to administer that shot clock during the game, and all the schools have to buy the equipment for it.
In the playoffs they have it, don't they, or no? Or like in the late playoffs?
No, there's no shot clock in high school basketball, not as of yet. And again, the conversation's been out there. At one point I heard Wisconsin was going to go to it, and then they pulled back on it just because of the concerns with it. Caitlin did play in a tournament one time down in Orlando, Florida, where they had a shot clock, and not having ever played with one before, I thought it'd be very interesting to see what the results would be. And quite honestly, in the 6 or 7 games she played down there, I want to say there was maybe 3 or 4 shot clock violations, so it really didn't become an issue. Now that's AAU basketball, where it tends to be a little bit more up-tempo, and you're not going to move the ball a whole lot in a half-court offense. You're looking for the first shot, and those shots are flying.
Yeah, I would imagine in high school basketball, when you're not used to that, you start to panic as the clock gets down there on the shot clock and probably take a lot of bad shots.
Well, you'd see more forced shots, that's for sure.
So 46-36 here. Jackets lead with 3:25 left here in regulation. And the Rails with the ball. Here's Prendo.
I looked earlier in the girls' prep hoops ranking of all classes, and Hibbing at that point was ranked like 66th, and Proctor was like 31st, which is pretty incredible when you think.
Teams in the state.
Yep. Just not double A, but all 4 classes.
Here's Liz Fraze posting up. And Liz, and they do call a jump ball on that rebound, and
tough to
Hibbing gets the control,
Tough to time up from behind, but that's what the official saw. I thought we got a good entry pass into Liz, where you take that shot all day long. Real strong on it. Peyton Rodberg looked like she's there to clean up, but Manning got hands on it, and it created a jump ball. Another missed opportunity there. We're in a shell offense, so you called it, Tim. They're looking to slow things down. They'll move that ball back and forth until they see something they like, and then they'll push ahead. Proctor's fans aren't liking the call there. I think the refs got it right. Coach Sober is jumping up and down. I'm guessing he disagrees. Not very vocal with the officials, considering he is one at times.
I was going to say, he normally doesn't say a whole lot because he spent a lot of time officiating on his off hours.
Yeah, and still does at times. I believe him and Coach Derek Prendo have done one game together this year, and I think they have another one tomorrow night down in Barnum.
So what do you do in these offenses like this where they just try to keep it away? I mean, how do you...
You try and jump passes just like that.
Liz Fraze down, and Abby McDonald will get called for the foul. So Fraze will go to the line, shoot 2.
Abby didn't want that shot to go in. I mean, you look at transition baskets and stopping, saying those are good fouls at time. Up 10 with 2:37 left, and that's her 3rd foul. May not have been a great one. We'll find out here in another 2.5 minutes.
So Fraze with 7 points so far tonight. Misses the first.
The team just needs to keep their composure, and they've had opportunities when they got defensive stops. They just haven't capitalized on them.
Rodberg with a great rebound, and the putback is not in, and Manning comes up with the rebound.
And sometimes that's the way the ball rolls. You've had the opportunities with some of these shots that haven't fouled. And you look at the layups we've had in this game, and even the free throws we've missed. And I said it early in the broadcast: it's free throws and layups. Hibbing's looking for a foul opportunity here to try and get us to stop the clock, and there it is. Now you're just going to put Abby McDonald at the line with a 1-on-1. Probably not what you wanted, but you can't let that clock continue to tick.
Yeah, you probably don't want to have Abby McDonald be the one taking these.
No, although Hibbing has shot well from the line today, so I'm not sure who you'd pick on.
So offensively there, you put your top 3 foul shooters up top doing that keep away drill.
Yep, foul shooters. You got to make sure they're good ball handlers. You want to make sure who they foul is going to capitalize on that, as Abby just did.
McDonald hits the second, and now it's a 12-point lead here for the Blue Jackets with 2:13 remaining in regulation.
I'd just like to point out that Hibbing's at 48 points, 2 points from the half-century mark. Prendo for three.
Long shot for three off the backboard. Fraze with the rebound. Fraze back up with it, and she hits. So back to a 10-point game. Rails pressing.
We need to intercept passes because I don't believe we're going to win by putting them at the free throw line.
Long pass by McDonald up to Mackey, and Mackey is able to put it home.
50-38 Hibbing over Proctor.
And Coach Solberg takes a 30-second timeout. And once again, our next broadcast will be concerts. Monday will be the Bayview Holiday Concert during the day, and then the high school band concert Monday night. Tuesday it will be the middle school band concert. Wednesday will be the Pike Lake Holiday Concert during the day, and then the high school choir concert from UMD that night. And then next Thursday will be the wrestling match here at Proctor High School at 5 o'clock. And then we're off onto the holidays. Can you believe it's Christmas time already?
Once basketball season starts, the end of the year kind of flies by.
Yeah, I bet. I can't believe it.
And the kids will be busy. Coach Solberg is going to take the team up to Green Bush Middle River, where he had taught and coached at for a Friday night game on December 22nd. The team will spend the night in Roseville, where they'll play on one of the top-ranked teams, the team that's been in the state tournament the last few years, on Saturday.
Here's Rodberg now, over to Nyland. Again, 12-point contest right now.
We're to a point where we really can't look for the best shot. We got to look for the first shot. You know, earlier in the game, I didn't like when we just took the first 22-footer that we had. Not now. If you got an open look at 22 feet, you want to put that shot up just because the clock is not in your favor at this point.
And Rails and bonus here, so Hibbing will get the 1-and-1. This is Hawkinson.
And she's a good foul shooter.
She hits the first.
I tried to jinx her, Tim.
Yeah, I know. Only works on ours.
Unfortunately. Rodberg back out for Caitlin Marnich back inside. Might be looking at a little offense, defense. Rotation.
Hawkinson's second shot. Off the mark, and Marnich with the rebound.
Good box out there.
And now Liz Fraze carries it up for the Rails.
Now we're looking for the quick shots. We don't have a lot of time.
Down to Nyland.
I've coached about 20 years worth of youth basketball up into the middle school level and a little bit of off-season high school stuff, and I've said I've never lost a game. I've just been behind when the final clock goes off.
It's a good way to look at it. Here's Prendo driving, and she gets the hoop and the harm.
Nice and one for Sam Prendo late in the game here. Might be a little bit too little too late, unfortunately. We're doing a little offense-defense rotation with Peyton Rodberg coming back in for Caitlin.
So Prendo will shoot one and try to pull it within 10 here with 59.7 seconds remaining. And she is able to hit.
I hate to see my favorite team lose, but as a coach, sometimes it brings the team back together and refocuses on what we have to do going forward. Defensively, I think overall, we're going to end up with about 51, 55 points for Hibbing. I think you'd be okay with that on most nights, but our offense just has to get a little bit stronger with their ball movement, and whether they start to use ball screens or not, or off-ball screens, they just need to determine what their identity is as an offense.
And McDonald just trying to kill the clock here.
Yep.
And Fraze finally fouls.
I think Coach Solberg was looking for the foul to stop the clock there. You had a certain point as a coach where a game is beyond reach. 10 points, 30 seconds. I'm not going to say it couldn't happen, but not likely. You got to hit some pretty strong baskets there. At this point, both teams are hoping just to get out of here healthy. I've seen injuries happen with 30 seconds or less left in a game.
And now McDonald at the line. She's got 18 points already. That's number 19.
I know Coach Solberg had 3 or 4 different defenses he's going to throw at Hibbing tonight, and I just seen our straight-up man-to-man for the most part. We did a little bit of pressure, full-court defense, which I've seen a little bit from the Rails this year, but I didn't see anything that I'd consider a whole lot different than what we've been known for in the last 16 months or so.
And an errant shot by Fraze, and that will be
no
now
fouls,
controlled.
no fouls. No, we don't need a foul.
Toomey.
Hibbing's playing with class here.
Hawkinson.
Hibbing had a chance to score in transition there, and they know they have the game in hand. Instead of padding the stats, they just pulled it out.
So 1 second, and there's the final horn, and the Rails fall to the Blue Jackets and fall to 5-1 on the season. Blue Jackets improved to 6-1. Final score 53-41. Todd, what do you think? 3 stars of the game. What's number 3 star you think?
I really like the way Sam Parendo got aggressive with the ball and driving the lane and taking some shots. I don't know where she ended with points, if she made it through the double digits or not, but I thought Sam had a nice game.
Yeah, Parendo ended up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points on the night.
Yeah, so that'd be my third choice for tonight's player of the game.
Okay, Sammy's Pizza, number 2 star.
Number 2, that's kind of a toss-up. I mean, I think you kind of look at Hibbing's roster there a little bit. I mean, number 1 is pretty obvious at this point, but a couple of Hibbing kids played big. I don't know what Eve Turner ended up with tonight. And,
Eve ended up with, 9 points.
Coming back to play her former teammates has to be a little bit emotional, and she did a nice job, good composure out there.
Mackenzie Mackey with 10 tonight. She started the game, kind of the scoring for the Hibbing Blue Jackets tonight.
Her and Hawkinson, I think Hawkinson had the first 6. I don't think you go wrong any way there. I think those kids really benefit from having a 2,000-point score because they really get some open looks in that offense.
So we'll call it the 4 stars. So Mackey and Hawkinson get the second and third, and then
they can share that one.
Yeah, Abby McDonald then 20 points in the game. Again, started a little slow, but was able to turn it on a little bit, and obviously was a factor here at the end of the second half.
Yep, and I want to say 65-52 last year, so it was a 13-point game. If you're looking at it, keeping score, we closed the gap by 1 point, which just isn't enough. Hopefully this team returns to practice tomorrow. A focus group, ready to do what needs to be done to move forward. They're ranked higher than Hibbing in the state polls previously, and Hibbing showed up to play tonight, and we just looked flat at times.
Next games for the Rails?
Tuesday, we got the Lake Superior All-Conference Day at Hermantown. We play Hermantown at 5:30, and then Tuesday we travel up to Virginia.
Saturday is the Lake Superior Conference game?
Saturday's Lake Superior. Yep,
all right.
December 15th in Hermantown at 5:30. All teams from the conference will be there.
All right, well, 53-41 is your final. Blue Jackets give the Rails their first loss of the season, and long season left. So hopefully the Rails can rebound and continue playing good basketball. So on behalf of Todd Marnich, Tommy Walters on the TriCaster, Dawson McLean on the camera, and Eli Weebley on the cameras, I'm Tim Roweeder, and thank you again, and we will see you next time.